Outside of that, do women truly allow men to be vulnerable? That is the question.
Like, both of you are in relationships, so do you give your man, your significant other, a actual chance to be open and vulnerable with you? Meaning he could say something without you taking it to heart, taking offense, or trying to rebuttal before you actually take in everything you heard.
I would say this one is tricky because I think that he feels comfortable, but also still a marriage. It's not like you homie that you can, you know what I mean? I'm talking, I guess, about respect.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Because, yes, you can tell me whatever you want to tell me, but it's also like the way you say it. Mm-hmm. And most of the time, I'm thinking female perspective, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. Because it happens. So that can affect the way that he feels about, like, being comfortable, like, saying whatever, because of, like, I hate to say it, but females will complicate sometimes. We're not. To be honest, I think males are more complicated. We really know what we want, how we want it. We just don't know when, but we know what we want. And sometimes it's the issue. Because, but I think that for us females, I'm talking about me, my relationship. I think that, yes, he can come to me. I think that he feels comfortable. It's just like sometimes I know that, especially when you're in a relationship. Because, if you're talking about, like, in general, a male can come to a female and say whatever. If you're friends, absolutely. But if you're into a relationship, then it's different. Because you have a lot of things to consider, right? Mm-hmm. That's my opinion.
Okay. Yeah, that's pretty that's pretty right on point, because yes, like she said, yes, I want him to come to me. I want him to feel vulnerable. But at times also as women, we go through a lot, and sometimes he may not feel comfortable coming to me with his stuff because he also knows that I got a lot of stuff going on. So he feels like sometimes he don't want to put that, what he's going through, on me. Mm-hmm. And I'm just like, give it to me. Like, I can handle it. And he's just like, well, you got this going on. And I don't want to just add on to all of that you got already. And I'm just like, but I want you to. I wanna hear, how you feeling, this and this and that. So he'll, like Fran says, there's times where he will give it to me, but then there's times where he feels like I don't want to tell her that or share that with her because she already going through a lot right now. So,
and I also think that it has to do a lot with culture. Like people like that he hang out, so like, around you. Why? Because of course for males it's hard to just talk about feelings. They even say, oh, I don't believe in feelings or whatever. Yes, you do. Absolutely. That's like but it's got to do a lot with culture. Why? Because when you think about the male, the head of the household and all that, you gotta be the provider. You gotta be all this kind of stuff. But they never talk about, like, you just gotta be you. And you are seen. Like, even when I don't tell you every day, oh, thank you for, taking out the trash for me or whatever, I appreciate that. Mm-hmm. And I think that sometimes it has to, if he feels appreciated, of course he will come to you and tell you whatever, because he feels comfortable of, being just you around. Mm-hmm. Being him around you.
Mm-hmm. So, I gotta get y'all a little pushback because that's me.
Understood.
It happens. So, I understand exactly what both of you are saying. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. But I also want y'all to think about it from another perspective. If you understand from what y'all have said and what y'all seen in y'all's life, things like that, you see so much weight being put on the head of the house, the man, things like that. So a lot of times when we do say things, it's not because intention of trying to hurt you or disrespect or be something, but it's like if you told me I could let it out and I let it out, but I didn't let it out the way you wanted me to let it out, now it feels like you're almost like if I'm not doing it the way you want it done, then it's wrong. And what I mean by that is like, as a man, like if I know there's certain things that bother me, most dudes don't just come out all of a sudden and say, oh, this is what bothered me, that's what bothered me, because then it's always going to be kind of like some kind of friction. But if you saying that a dude can be vulnerable with you and he comes out and tells you something that you may not want to hear, it almost seems like as a guy, well, I told she, if I tell you everything you want to hear, of course you want to hear those things. But when I tell you something you don't want to hear, are you willing to actually be like, you know what? It probably took him a minute to actually say this because this is truly what was on his mind, or I don't like the way he said that.
I would say that I personally prefer you to come and say whatever you want to say, but of course, it's all about like, okay, listen, baby, this is what's going on. I've been feeling like this, or I've been thinking of this, instead of just coming and just throwing that, because to be honest, we're not expecting that. I guess females were used to get treated by, with respect and all that, especially if you're like a daddy's girl and all that. I mean, you're not. So, I think that it's not like, oh, you got to say it in the right moment. It's just like, you're talking about feelings. You also have to be like, hey, this, what I'm about to say, it took me a minute to come to you. So just listen first. And then, because if you just come to me, even if me as a female just come to you and start saying a whole bunch of stuff, you're like, whoa, what's going on? I think it's saying for us, especially if you're not, us, we're not used to that. Like male just, talking about what is going on or inside. You know what I mean?
So, yeah, I agree with that. Like, tell me, yeah, I want to have a conversation with you. I've been thinking about this, but don't come biting my head off and then be mad that I'm on a defense when I give you an answer. Because when you come at me, then I feel like, well, I need to defend myself. Like, he can't talk to me like that. He can't do that. That's not how this works. So when somebody comes at you like that, you can't expect them to just take it and then just be like, well, he's being vulnerable. I have to think about it in a different way. You have to understand, you got to put yourself right. Each person has to put themselves in each other's shoes. How would I want somebody coming to me? Like, I don't want somebody, like, for instance, I don't want nobody just, and then you're like, hold up, what happened? What did I do? Because at that moment, nobody gets heard. You didn't hear what that person just said because they just came at you like this, and the other person like, I don't even know what's going on. Whatever, I ain't got time for this because I'm not listening to the yelling. I'm not listening to all of that. It is a way that you can say things. Look, this is what's going on with me. My father used to be very direct, but it was like friend said, I'm a daddy's girl, and he was very direct, but he said it in a way where, okay, I get that. I understand that. Give me some background, give me some facts, tell me the story, give me what I need, and then I'm able to take that information, make a decision, or respond in a way. But if he was the type of man that, like, some women might be used to that. Yeah, I want this done. Why isn't this done? Why I'm coming in the house, I'm fussing, I'm fighting. You need to be doing this and you need to be doing that. If he was a man like that, then I would be used to it. And then it would be something different. But I'm not used to like Frank said, I'm not used to a man coming in and doing all that extra stuff. At first, it's like, I don't even hear that because I'm not used to hearing that. And I don't think that somebody should, as the man, and, for years, 40 years of my life being a man of the house, I didn't see that. That's not. So I'm thinking right away, well, I'm not hearing this. This ain't even, you ain't talking to me. Basically, you're not talking to me. So it is a way that you can say things. It is about the way you say it versus what you say. I have been known, and I ain't even have to say it with an attitude or whatever. I'm known to apologize for the way I've said things. Because, let's be honest, you don't feel sorry for what you said. Because what you said is what you meant.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
You do have to take accountability for the way it comes out sometimes. Because some people are more sensitive to others. You can't say I can't say something to you and then turn around and say the same thing to my sister. Y'all gonna take it totally different. Mm-hmm. So I do have to be accountable for the way I say it. But I meant that shit when I said it.
Yeah.
I meant it.
Yeah.
Don't be wrong. I have had to have apologies to people and said I am sorry for the way I said that. I shouldn't have said it that way. At that moment, I was frustrated. I was tired. I needed to sit down. I needed a break. At that moment, it wasn't the time to speak to you. But I'm not going to apologize for what I said because what I said is what I meant. Yes, but I am going to apologize and take account for the way I said it because it wasn't right the way I said it. Or I came to you with it.
Right. Understood.
Okay. I just want to hear from the ladies. I really don't have anything to rebuttal on it because the idea is I understand for the most part, for most men, you have so many filters you gotta go through before you even say it. Because if I said exactly what I felt to my wife, we would not be married. I'm gonna be honest. Yeah. It would never work out. So basically, before I say half the things I say, it gotta go to the heart, then go up to my mind, filter it out. Hold up. Is that gonna sound right? Hold up. Is this gonna be the how she's gonna take it? Then go back to the heart one more time for clarity. And then it's like, okay, let me try to say this. And even then, sometimes it's like...
Mine have to... It processes in my mind first. And like it does the majority of the processing right there. Then it goes to my heart just to be like, just for a little bit. You should throw a little bit of love in there. Cause she ain't gonna.
You got to.
You got to create the mood.
Yep. And that too. Sprinkle it. You got to sprinkle it on there.
Cause that's the secret seasoning. Right there and now.
Say it with love.
That's it. But my mind has it because I'm like it's a lot of words in the dictionary behind it. Like which one you gonna use today? I don't think this description of female dog is gonna work today. Let's bring it back. Let's switch it a little.
Especially if you know what her triggers or yours. You know, like I know when I say this. Oh yeah, she would. And then you come and that's the first thing that you say. Come on, like
you ain't even. That's hard playing player.
Because one of the things that I know I am is one of my wife's triggers, and what I mean by that is. I'm always loud. As everybody who's ever heard me knows, I'm always loud. But my wife is more of those, I don't like you yelling. I'm like, I'm not yelling. I'm just loud. I'm just speaking how I feel about it. Oh, but you're yelling with it. I'm like, no, I'm just loud. So that's why as I've gotten older, I've started trying to use as much calmness as I possibly can, or as if I'm trying to run game to you, because when you're trying to run game, you don't ever speak loud. How you
trying to win?
You're trying to get that very white, soft, deep voice.
I don't know. My wife's trigger is I'm too nonchalant. I don't care enough. But I be like, I care about a lot. Like, I really do have, inside, it's a really colorful, it's levels. But when it comes out, it's just like, all right, whatever. filters first. You know what I'm saying? The
But-
heart was like, just tone it down.
But the point is, what are those triggers?
Yeah,
So
you do.
that's it. It's like,
But if that
You
trigger
do.
is what you do for the most,
Me, that's
it's
how I
like
live.
that's what I do. It's like
But
I'm
do
just
you?
loud.
But okay, so you are loud, but when do you notice if you say something and you passionate about it, does your octave go up?
Do you modulate?
Because
a little bit more?
that is what she hears. She was
Yeah.
like, she know you loud. She know your regular tone of voice. But did your tone of voice go up when you said what you said? Because she noticed that your voice went up. And then at that point, you're like, hold up. You yelling at me. And to you very passionate about what you're saying. So your
Yep.
voice is going up because of that passion. And all she hears is, yelling at me.
See, I just,
Your voice
You
just,
just gotta
your
switch it
voice
up
went
a
your
little
voice went up when you said what you said. I'm used to she knows your octave, she knows like your regular tone of voice, she hears that. But when you're you're trying to say something and you so passionate about it, our father was the same way. Our father was the same way. When he passionate about it, barely spoke. But when he get passionate about something, you get him on the subject about something, you would think he is yelling at you. But he ain't yelling. He passionate about what he talking about right at this moment. And he wants to make sure everybody hear what he's saying right at that moment.
no.
But when you're in an argument and his octave goes up, then you're yelling at me. Because this is not your regular high voice. This is like higher than your normal voice. So that what makes the difference in teen. You don't feel like you're yelling because you're just passionate about what you're saying, but she hears the level of your voice go up when you are saying what you're saying. And so there, she takes that as you're yelling at me.
and since you are so focused on like this and this, I'm not even listening. So you feel that you're not, you're being vulnerable and I'm not listening to you because I'm sorry, but you're here and I'm here. So
Yeah.
Whole world out here.
That's what it is. See what you see. At least you can get some help. Ain't no help for me.
You nonchalant, I'm loud.
I just gotta take a little bit of yours and be I'm gonna raise an octave at some point. I just don't know when.
Well, I don't know if that would work for you.
That's what I'm saying. That'd probably be like a real shock. She probably have a real heart attack. Like, when did you start yelling?
Right? Exactly.
Then I just go right back to the, I don't even know, fam. I don't even know. I just started.
You might have to just tell it, look, I gotta take that in. Give me a moment.
Give me a minute. I'll write
Yeah.
it down. Put a couple exclamation marks at the end. That might be my solution. Like, I'm yelling right now.
Write it down.
On this paper.
Exclamation point.
Yelling at you.
Exclamation point.
Yeah, double time. All right.